So week 31, and this has been a really productive week for me. I cleared out 2 entire rooms, one of which will be the baby's room. And we've lived in our house a little under 2 years, and up until this point, that room has been mainly a glorified storage closet, which we affectionately call the blue room because of the shaggy blue carpet it has. And unfortunately, it's not in the budget to replace the carpet, but we're clearing out the room, and it's completely empty now, so I'm excited about that. And we're gonna patch up the walls and paint it and make it look a lot nicer than it does now. And by we, I mean my husband will do that. I'll find something else to do while he's painting. And it really hasn't been that big of a deal for me because I plan the first 3 to 6 months for baby to sleep in our room, and that's where the crib will be set up. So I really didn't feel it was that big of a priority to get the nursery done. And I kind of feel like a lot of times this push for having the perfect baby's nursery is really just a materialistic and consumerism type topic, because people have constantly been asking me, like, you know, for months, like, is the baby's room ready yet? No, but I have read books about eating healthy during pregnancy and staying low risk, and I've read, I think, 8 different books about pregnancy and birth and breastfeeding. So, to be honest, I feel like that's a little bit more important than having a pretty room. Baby doesn't care about a pretty room, but baby cares about having a healthy environment to live in. So this weekend, my husband's going to paint. I also want to do maternity photos because I started planning back in October, and I was a professional photographer doing portraits and weddings for 5 years. So I knew that this was something I wanted to do myself. And I started in October doing research, realizing that by the time I got to 32 weeks, which I had researched, and that's what seemed to come up, is 32 weeks where you look really pregnant without getting too late in the pregnancy where the baby starts to drop and you don't look as cute, I guess. So I knew it would be January, and January in Wyoming could be anywhere from negative 15 degrees to 50 degrees. It's just really up in the air and you just don't know. So all of my research was figuring out the exact photos that I'd want. So I've narrowed it down to, I think, 3 or 4 specific photos. Most of them, my husband and I together, and 1 or 2 me by myself. Plus I want to do some inside, which I'll do at some point during the week when I have time. And let's see, I've been doing really good on meeting all my previous goals of eating healthy, drinking the red raspberry leaf tea, walking about 5 times a week, and also the elliptical. One of the things I've really missed since I've come pregnant is running, which I know, you know, there's differing schools of thought on whether running's safe or not, but I'm not a big runner. It's something I enjoy doing once in a very long while, so it's not that big of a deal. But I feel like at this stage in my pregnancy, I get out of breath so quickly, and it really doesn't take much to get my heartbeat to that 140 range. So I didn't want to start running now, but I kind of miss it. I kind of miss feeling a little bit more mobile and free. So I last week did 15 minutes on the elliptical at a pretty slow jog pace, but it was amazing, and I was pretty much beat after that. It took a lot out of me, but I really enjoyed it. So I think I'll continue doing that every once in a while, maybe once a week or so. No big deal. I've also been sipping water, which I found when I went out east on vacation. My family doesn't have big glasses. Here we have, most of our drinking glasses are 32-ounce mason jars, And out there they just have normal glasses, because if you're not at high altitude in a very dry climate, you don't feel the need to constantly have a huge thing of water sitting next to you. And so since their glasses are more like 14 ounces or 16 ounces, I figured out how many I had to drink. It was something like, I think 6 or 7 a day. And I just started doing the sipping method, which is what I'll call it. And that's been so much more effective, to take a few sips just whenever I remember. And I noticed I feel hydrated without constantly having to go to the bathroom. Whereas when I have the 32 ounces sitting there, I feel motivated. Okay, I have to drink 16 ounces now. And then in 2 hours, it feels like it runs right through me. So the sipping is helping a lot. So I've kept that up since I've gotten back. And I have a 16 ounce glass that I figured out I think I need to drink 7 or 8 times a day. And it comes out to I need to drink, one of those glasses every 2 hours. So it's really manageable. And my main concern is just, anytime I think about it, just take a sip. Like, it doesn't need to be scientifically measured and calculated. I know what I feel like when I start to get really dehydrated. And it was amazing last night. I slept a 5-hour stretch altogether, and I haven't done that for weeks. It's been that I've been getting up every 2 hours to go to the bathroom. So that was amazing. That's one of the benefits of staying hydrated. So my goal for this upcoming week, I'm doing Hypno Babies, which is self-hypnosis for childbirth. And I'm on the 3rd week of doing that. And I'm really bad at practicing. You're supposed to practice this finger drop technique, which is just basically deep relaxation. You're supposed to practice it 5 times a day. And it doesn't take that long. It only takes a couple minutes each time. But I'm so bad at remembering, to the point where it's not even like, oh, I did it once today and I'm supposed to do 5. A week goes by and I'm like, oh, I didn't do it at all this week. So that is my goal for this week. Ever since I kind of made it a goal 2 days ago, I've actually done it 2 or 3 times the last 2 days. So my goal is just whenever I think about it, do it to the point. So hopefully I can get up to that 5 times a day. So my baby bump. Oof. There's my baby. I feel like it's like really getting bigger. We're doing we've been doing the shot, like we take a snapshot every week on the first day of the week. And I noticed that looking back at the pictures at, 17 weeks, I felt like I was starting to look pregnant. But looking back at the pictures, I really don't look that pregnant until about 25 weeks. And even in the last couple of weeks, I've really started to grow exponentially. I feel like every time I look at this bump, it gets bigger. And baby is busting out with, usually like I'll have a foot just poking me right here. And right now I can feel there's something hard right here, and just, I don't know, baby's all over the place. So fun and games. So I hope you all are having a great week, and I will see you next week. Bye.